Shavua Tov Rabotai, we are continuing with our Mishna Yomi in Masechet Peah. We're up to Perek Vav Mishnah Aleph. Now we know if a person declares his produce ownerless, hefker, it is free for anyone to take. If a farmer comes out to his field and he comes to his field and he says, all my apples are considered ownerless. So anyone can come out to his field, rich and poor alike, and take the apples. But the Mishnah told us earlier in Perek Aleph Mishnah Vav that such produce is now exempt from Trumot u'Maasrot, meaning the farmer says, all my apples are ownerless. Anyone can take them, rich and poor alike. A rich man comes, takes his apples. He does not have to give 2% to the Kohen, 10% to the Nevi, etc. He doesn't have to give Trumot u'Maasrot. It is exempt. The Mishnah now is going to introduce a very interesting machloke between Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel. Can somebody make his produce ownerless regarding a specific group of people in a limited way? Bet Shammai Amrim, Bet Shammai say, Hefker la'anim hefker. Now even though it says hefker with the vet, it's the same word as hefker with the fei. The Tosfot Yom Tov says that the letters are interchangeable. Bet Shammai say, if a person declares his produce ownerless, but only in regards to poor, it becomes ownerless, meaning if a farmer comes or an owner of produce, he comes and he says, any poor person can come and take the produce that in my field, but a rich person cannot. His statement, his declaration works, and as far as the poor are concerned, the produce is considered ownerless, and such produce is exempt from the obligation of Terumot u'Maasrot. They'll be able to take it and eat it right away without having to tithe anything. Bet Hillel, whereas Bet Hillel say, the produce will not be considered ownerless for anybody, even for the poor, unless the owner declares it ownerless for the rich also. And now, Rabotai, just like the laws of Shemitah, it says Kashmitah, which the Torah teaches us in the year of Shemitah, that the produce that grows from the land in Eretz Yisrael, anybody's land, is considered ownerless for the rich and for the poor. Now, Bet Shammai learn the laws of making something ownerless similar to the laws of Leket Shicha and Peah. Just like by Leket Shicha and Peah, it's specifically for the poor and it excludes the rich. So too, when a person wants to make something ownerless, they learn that from an extra word there. You're allowed to make something ownerless just for the poor and not for the rich, and it'll be considered full laws of Hefker. That makes it exempt from Trumot u'Maasrot. Bet Hillel say, no, you have to learn the laws of making something ownerless from the laws of Shemitah. Shemitah, in the 7th year in the land of Israel, all the produce that grows on anyone's field is considered ownerless for the rich and the poor alike. So Bet Hillel say, if you want something to be considered ownerless, it has to be both for the rich and the poor. According to Bet Shammai, if I come and say, I want something to be only for the poor and not for the rich, it's ownerless just for poor, declaration is valid. According to Bet Hillel, it will not be valid unless I say it's ownerless for both rich and poor alike. And even Bet Shammai agree actually, because since they learned it from Leket Shicha and Peah, if a person comes and says, I want all my produce to be ownerless regarding rich people, that they can take but poor can't, that won't work. Because since Bet Shammai learned it to the mitzvah of Leket Shicha and Peah, which is only for poor, they learned that you can make this exclusion only for the poor, and Bet Hillel disagree. They say you cannot make any exclusion. It has to be free for anyone to take in order to be considered ownerless and exempt from Trumot u'Maasrot. The Mishnah now brings another machloka between Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel regarding the mitzvah of Shicha. If all the bundles in the field are each the size of one kav, it's a certain measurement of volume. Each bundle is one kav in volume. But one bundle you have there is 4 times the size. It's 4 kavin in volume. And the farmer forgot that 4 kav size. Bet Shammai and when Bet Shammai say enosh shicha, it's not considered forgotten. Even though the farmer overlooked it now, he certainly will remember it soon enough, and therefore it's not considered forgotten. Bet Hillel, whereas Bet Hillel say shicha, it's considered shicha, and it must be left for the poor, because even though it's larger than the other bundles, it's not necessarily true that the farmer will remember it. And again, Rabotai, it all boils down to what we're going to learn in the next Mishnah as well. The laws of Shicha only apply to an item that is insignificant, it's not distinct. The farmer most probably will not remember it. He'll overlook it. In that case, it's considered Shicha and free for the poor to take. However, if something is distinct, has a distinct mark, either its size is extremely great, like we'll see, even Bet Hillel agree, if it's over 4 kavin, it's considered Shicha. It's not considered Shicha because the size is tremendously great. Either the size or where you're going to put it. In that case, if it's distinct, it's not considered Shicha. Bet Shammai say, since the size is great, the farmer will certainly remember it, whereas Bet Hillel say up to 4, we don't say it's necessarily true, the farmer will remember it. Over 4, yeah, it's not considered Shicha. The farmer will sure remember it, but 4 and under, it's not necessarily true. Therefore, Bet Shammai say it's not considered Shicha, and Bet Hillel say it is considered Shicha. That is the end of Rabotai of Mishnah Aleph. Mishnah Bet, again, like we said, we'll discuss another machloket between Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel regarding a bundle that has a distinct feature or was placed near something important next to a specific place, if that is considered shicha or not. Ha'omer shu samuch lagafa v'lagadish, if a bundle of produce was left in the field near a stone wall, a gafa is a stone wall that wasn't cemented, just placed on top of each other, or gadish, or a bundle was put next to a stack of grain, la bakar, or was placed next to cattle, la kelim, or was placed next to plowing tools, ushchachon, the farmer forgot it, he was carrying the bundles from the field, and he forgot this one bundle that was by any of these things. Bet Shammai say eno shicha, it's not considered shicha. Bet Hillel say it's considered shicha. And the Mefarshim explain Bet Shammai hold it's not considered shicha. Why? Since it's near a specific and unique place, and a person puts his intent on it, he focuses on it, it's not considered complete shicha. Because at the end of the day, he'll remember, oh, I had a bundle by the cattle, I had a bundle by my tools. Whereas Bet Hillel Omrim, it's considered shicha. Why? Because these places are not considered significant that the guy is going to remember, oh, I put it by my animal, by my utensils. And we're going to see later on more in depth in Perek Zayin about Bet Shammai, Bet Hillel's disagreement regarding what's considered distinct, what's considered unique, that we say the farmer most probably will remember it. That is the end, Rabotai, of today's Mishna Yomi. Everyone should have a Shavua Tov. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen v'amen.